Hi, good Tuesday. Welcome back. The second day of the work week, the second day of May. Glad as always to have you with us tonight. We'll talk about tonight as much as I've been able to find out about officials with the ICE Department or Immigration and Customs Enforcement being in Eastern Kentucky yesterday, including Sayersville, where 3 people were taken into custody. I just a few moments ago got confirmation from a member of the or a PR member of the ICE Department confirming that indeed they were in the area, which we had already spoke to some individuals about. I'll relay that to you. We'll also talk about the Mountain Parkway expansion project. If you're in around Sayersville for the next several weeks, well, you might hear a lot of action. Some of it in the evening hours, as blasting is going to be happening right here in the city limit area. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the McGough County Rescue Squad media auction. Just a quick look at some of the items. Some really nice items donated this year, and it couldn't have come at a better time, certainly. A couple of recalls that I found important to pass along to you, and a lot of other news and information before I leave you. Weather-wise, how does 54 and 33 grab you? Well, not on the same day, but close. That's your lowest high and lowest low of the forecast period. Nowhere will we climb out of the 60s after this Thursday. It's going to be a cool one. If you thought it was cool today with all those westerly winds, some of which hit 35 and 40 miles per hour in the viewing area, mind you, it's going to get cooler. We'll have all that and more in just a few moments. Back during my day, my high school day, bomb threats were not necessarily unheard of. I can't recall how many, but there was more than one a year for several years there. There was no caller ID, no technology, no other sophisticated means at that time of really catching anyone who would call in a bomb threat. And all, I believe, certainly in the viewing area in Eastern Kentucky that I can ever recall were indeed a hoax. It's not so common anymore, but it does happen. It is certainly, given the climate, if you will, in our nation and world, taken much more seriously to date. And I'm sure that's how Martin County schools felt earlier today. Superintendent of schools, Larry James, confirmed earlier today that a bomb threat was found written in a bathroom, on a stall, wall, or door sometime before lunch today. Students were taken to a safe area, kept there until school was dismissed sometime shortly after noon. A thorough search of the school was, and this being, mind you, Sheldon Clark High School, a thorough search was conducted using bomb-sniffing dogs and other means. Nothing was found to warrant any worry or concern, they say, for parents or students returning to class tomorrow. In a not so unusual move, officials with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife have now downsized. They have reduced the number of elk tags that will be available this hunting season from 900 to now available 700. They're doing so in an effort to grow the elk population in Kentucky. And of course, to be able to hunt an elk, you have to be lucky enough to win and have your name pulled in that lottery, which we have spoke to some folks who have over the course of the years. That lottery ends, I believe, tomorrow night at midnight if you still want to try to get in. On a hunting-related note, just got word, and after this I'll file it over on the community calendar because it's a couple of weeks away. But right now they currently have a free Kentucky Hunter Education Range Day or Orange Card scheduled in McGough County at the Extension Office May the 20th from 9 until noon. This class is for those that have completed the course online through fwky.gov or those who have completed the CD version. You must provide a signed certificate showing that you have successfully completed the course online or by CD before you are allowed to complete Range Day. The course is sponsored by the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources, and it includes live fire and all guns, ammo, eye, and hearing protection will be provided by the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. Pre-registration is required and is completed by visiting the Hunter Education page at fw.ky.gov, and limited spaces are available. Kids must be 9 or older in order to complete the course. If you have any questions, which you may very well, contact Wendell Hoskins at 349-2018 or John or Shauna Sharp, all my neighbors, at 349-7130. I'll put that over in the calendar and be reminding you throughout. At least 2 Mexican restaurants were the subject of a raid or an investigation, however you want to refer to it. And so far, from what I can find out, at least 6 people were arrested by immigration and FBI authorities in 2 counties. And that does include McGoffin County and Sayersville yesterday morning, where before 9 o'clock, officials with ICE and those badged as the FBI convened on Mi Hacienda. I spent the day making calls and contacts trying to get some confirmation, and just a few moments ago received a reply email from someone in the ICE's PR department confirming what they were doing here in eastern Kentucky. Here's what I've been able to confirm thus far, that agents or officers with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE, went into 2 businesses in eastern Kentucky yesterday, one in Sayersville and one in Pike County, and at least 2 that we can confirm thus far. The first of those 2 was Mi Hacienda here in Sayersville, where eyewitnesses who were in the area and saw agents going in and out of the business confirmed to me off camera today that there were 2 vehicles which appeared to surround the business, one pulling up and appearing to block the rear door, and another vehicle in the front of the business. Some coming to work at around 9 o'clock that morning stated that the officers were already in the restaurant at the time of their arrival, and that later on in the morning they saw them question several workers at Mi Hacienda, ultimately sometime later taking 3 in handcuffs from the restaurant and placing them into their vehicle. And just a short time later that morning, we can confirm that officers with ICE went to the El Azul Grande in Pikeville. Now, the owner there has stated on record that the ICE official stated or someone indicated that they were looking for a man from Sayersville. So far, I can't confirm that. But we can confirm that 3 employees from El Azul Grande there, too, were handcuffed and arrested and taken into custody. And since I spent several hours today making contacts and trying to confirm as much information as possible through the Office of Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, and have so far only received confirmation from a Leticia Zamaripa with ICE, who tells me that ICE officials indeed were in the area conducting what she referred to as routine enforcement actions, as they do every day. Routine enforcement actions pertaining to those who are in the country illegally. I've also reached out to some other individuals and officials earlier today, and we'll have more should we receive any other details or anyone who will be able to tell us more. I'll be right back after a quick word or 2. Stay tuned. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Almost exactly 48 hours away from an annual event that is a bit of a local cultural icon, to say the least. Its sole purpose, not just the entertainment, of course, but the sole purpose is to raise much needed funds to keep the McGoffin County Rescue Squad operating on an annual basis. Their largest income comes from the annual media auction that's held every year, as has been for nearly 4 decades now, and it all starts this Thursday with even this year, and I always say it, but this year maybe even more so than in recent years, some really nice things donated by a lot of very gracious individuals and businesses.
We're up to about 173 items right now. Very nice, good items. Some are got some prices on them, but they're well worth what the price is on. We've been in existence for 43 years now, going on 43 years to service to the people and all who travel through it. So, you're familiar with what we do, how we work, and you never know when our service is going to be called upon for a family member or an employee of your company. We're going to be here Thursday night starting at 6:30, and Friday night starting at 6:30, and Saturday 2 to 7. And so tune in, WRLV 106.5, Howard's TV Cable, Channel 15, and Foothills this year again, Channel 40.
And remember, all of the items, well, most all of the items, can be found in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent out Thursday. Keep in mind, they had to go to print before all the items were in. So there's going to be about 130 or 40 items that will be in the paper, but so far about another 40 or 50 or so that have come in since, and we're hoping to maybe get a few more on top of that. But check this out, a great variety of items. A great deal of power equipment, as always, donated by local businesses and vendors. And of course, there's always a lot of very unique items at the Rescue Squad auction, like the quilts. There's always quilts like that donated by the Senior Citizen Center, and a host of others that we'll talk about. This bench was made by J.V. LeMaster out of an old headboard, which he does, I think, quite regularly. It is gorgeous. It is super sturdy and would look great in your home, or maybe mine. And if gift cards or vouchers are your thing, well, yes, they're back. Gas cards, food cards, and a big donation of cards by Rob Felber of Walmart.
We got several fishing passes from D&M and also out in Johnson County. We've got Walmart cards. If you are a Walmart shopper, we have approximately 12 $100 Walmart gift cards. And this was compliments of Rob Felber, who is a regional manager, and he didn't hesitate to step up and give us one from each of these stores.
Tie downs, car batteries, rotating waffle makers, really nice expert gas grills, the list goes on. You know the drill. And you know now that the Magafa County Rescue Squad's 38th annual media auction begins this Thursday, 6:30, Friday, 6:30, and Saturday, 2 till 7. You're invited to always come by the Magafa County Rescue Squad and bid in person, or bring a donation with you. And of course, you can always make these phones ring and keep those lights and trucks going and rolling year-round by calling 349-6001 the days of the auction.
I emphasize again that we do not receive any payment. Only our reward is that we know we help somebody in a time of need.
And tomorrow, when we're about 24 hours out, we'll find some other big items to show you and showcase and encourage you to tune in and bid, or phone in and bid too. The Mountain Parkway expansion project and crew members working therefore have started blasting in Sayersville and will continue to do so for the next few weeks, the foreseeable future, and all that earth will be moved by truckload to various sites. And a word of warning or caution comes associated with the latest update from the Mountain Parkway expansion project engineer or manager, Marshall Carrier. It's not hard to see that Restaurant Row construction activity is increasing, but you're also going to be able to hear it for the next few weeks, as those of us traveling and living and working in the busy Restaurant Row area of the Mountain Parkway are going to notice an increase in activity for the next several weeks. Crews just days ago started blasting in Sayersville in a few key locations, and this week they'll start moving excavated dirt and rock, specifically from the Magafa County Health Department, to fill areas near the Burning Fork Bridge, during which trucks are going to be hauling 20 to 25 loads of material every hour to fill that area. To do so, they'll have to cross 460 or Parkway Drive near the St. Luke's Catholic Church. Project manager Marshall Carrier does assure everyone that they'll have signage and flaggers in place alerting motorists to be prepared to stop for those trucks crossing the road. But even with that, they ask that everyone be very vigilant and observant and travel with a reduced speed in that area. That blasting is going to continue nearly daily in the project area, I'm told for weeks, in a few locations. Initial blasting occurring behind the Magafa County Health Department and near the intersection of the Parkway and Burning Fork Road. Other blasting sites will include Parkway Drive, this hillside here, where they too will be blasting there, as well as this hillside, which too has already been stripped and sits below the Howard residence there just above. Meanwhile, they say, as far as ongoing utility relocations, water relocations for the Magafa County Water District customers along Restaurant Row are complete, but work continues for that of the Sayersville Water and Sewer customers. Gas line relocations between the Magafa County High School and the east end of Restaurant Row are done, with the western section of the segment seeing more gas line work in the coming weeks. They're also finishing up the construction of a retaining wall near the new Magafa County High School. It's expected to be finished this week, and crews are going to soon begin on a second wall. And crews will also be starting work on the access road near the high school over the summer break, but will maintain full access to the school during construction. Now, that access road is one that's going to run all the way down in front of the school and continue all the way down basically to the other end of Restaurant Row, but they are going to start, because of the summer break, in the area in front of the Magafa County High School for that project first. All right, let's start off some calendar announcements brought to you by Magafa Farm Bureau with a few birthday wishes. A happy 8th birthday to Samuel Ray Cole from your grandmother, Mary Sue, and a host of family and friends, Samuel Ray. Happy 8th to Samuel Ray Cole. And I've got another big birthday wish tonight. This one reads, a happy birthday with a whole lot of love from Mom and Booter and Granny and friends. Happy birthday to Gregory Davidson. Happy birthday to you. Mom, Booter, Granny, and a host of family and friends. Happy birthday. Here's the fella I was telling you about yesterday, who I can show you now. Got a picture to go along with this found dog. Black, white, tan, small, has a collar but no name, and is very obviously someone's pet. You recognize this fella? 349-7397 is the number to call. A reminder that the Holiness House of Prayer is having a spaghetti dinner tomorrow. They will deliver in the city limits as well. 10 till 2 tomorrow. You can call or text 496-7006. You can place your order today or tomorrow. Spaghetti, green beans, garlic bread brownie, just $6. And they also welcome you to their Bible study classes Thursday at 6, services at 7, and Sunday evening services at 6. And kids in grades kindergarten through 11th in Magafa County can elevate their game with Court Vision, one of the latest tools of the game, fundamentals, learning work ethics, handling, finish work, and more by former girls basketball coach Scott Castle. His daughter Jamie Castle of the U-Pike basketball team. It's just $5 per hour. K through 4 starting at 2:30 on Sundays, and then grades 5 through 11 starting at 3:30. A small investment for a big impact. It's just $5 per hour at North Magafa Elementary. And turning to funeral service announcements, a correction to be made, as we've told there's been a change to services in honor of 81-year-old Desi Howard Frances Bailey of Rock Lick Road, who passed away on the 30th. She's survived by sons Ray and Terry and Tommy Francis, and daughters Wilma Ward and Shirley Rudd. Visitation is going to be after 5 o'clock tomorrow, and then it continues all day Thursday and up until services that start Friday afternoon at 2. All from the Magafa County Funeral Home. I've got a correction on burial services following. Burial will take place at the Bailey Francis Cemetery at Punchin. Once again, in honor of 81-year-old Desi Howard Francis Bailey. Well, we got one winds out of the northwest, due west right now, at 10 miles per hour. Clocked one at 26 just a few moments ago. And folks across Kentucky have seen 30, 40 mile per hour gusts today. It's been a bad hair day for anyone who had to be outside, certainly. We've got some more changes that are going to blow in our way as well. Mostly clear skies tonight with that westerly wind still at 9 to 20 miles per hour. For your Wednesday, we're going to see another nice day in the neighborhood, and on a bit on the cool side, 66 degrees right now is what we've got in store, says the National Weather Service and your Licking Valley RACC Outlook. Winds tomorrow out of the northwest, maybe 3 to 8. Much more comfortable and not as bad. For your Thursday, temperatures warming back up to about 71. 49 for nighttime lows, but we'll see clouds move in. I think we'll see as well a 30% chance of showers, mainly after 4 or 5 o'clock. I think we'll be dry for at least maybe the first half of your Thursday, and in the 70s. By Thursday night and into your Friday, we've got low pressure coming certainly into your Friday. That will give us a really good chance of some showers. I don't think Friday's going to be a nice dry day at all. And it's going to be one of the 2 coolest days that we're going to have. Yeah, you're looking at that right. 58 and 41 for your Friday forecast. Cloudy and wet and showers. By maybe the majority of which, or the worst of which, Friday night, as far as the rain is concerned. Saturday, low 50s. That's Derby Day. Oh, that's just not going to be nice. Good day for a hat and a parka, maybe at Louisville. Mostly cloudy skies on your Saturday. Still 40% chance of showers. And nighttime lows, we get down into the 30s. And look at Sunday's forecast. We have a patchy frost advisory for you on Sunday. We'll see the 60s return barely by Sunday, but with nighttime lows in the low 30s, Saturday, Sunday, and then waking up on Monday, patchy frost right now expected on your Sunday, and I think we'll see areas of frost again on your Monday morning as well. We don't see any better than 65 or 66 degrees Monday and Tuesday of next week, and it might even go a little bit beyond that. So if you haven't bought those plants yet, well, you might want to hold off a few days if you can, at least on getting them in the ground or their pots. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. It's going to be Wednesday already. We'll be counting down to the Rescue Squad auction and some other headlines and news and information that you'll only see here. We hope to see you then. Good night.